I want to thank you all personally for taking the time to get on this webinar here. Depending on whatever time in the world it is, I see all different countries out there, so I don't know exactly what the time zones are, but it's great to see all these wonderful people out there. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Val Smith. I'm a professional marketer. I've been in this industry for 36 years. I can't believe I'm really telling you that. 36 years. I don't even feel like 36 years old. So anyhow, after being in this industry for 36 years, I've graduated from nitwit marketer to network marketer to corporate executive. To July 29, 2001, we launched our own company, Mentors in Motion. It was kind of like the Dead Sea Scrolls to marketing, a martial arts school to network marketing, teaching people some pretty esoteric techniques to building, massive empires working from home. All right? So now let me tell you what this truly is. What this is, it's called thelegendsnetwork.com. thelegendsnetwork.com. And what the Legends Network truly is, it's an online audio magazine unlike anything the industry has ever seen before. And you get a username and a password to access an audio library, okay? And this audio library is amazing. I mean, this is what I think every network marketer, anyone in an online, offline, home-based business should access, because it's not just about one industry leader. It's not just about 2 or 3 industry leaders. This is about, for the first time in history, we've been able to amalgamate and bring together many of the industry top leaders that are normally competing against each other for audience and recognition, and I've been able to bring them under one massive arena and record their interviews personally with me. This is not about ebooks in a back office. This is not about, motivational books and CDs and tapes and videos. Been there, done that. No, this is something that the industry needs today in 2014. And what I'm doing in these interviews is I'm getting these superstars to tell us what it is they do. How are they doing it? What are their transitional phrases? What type of software are they using? What do their tunnels and funnels look like? And then I come out and I say, well, listen, if myself included plus the listening audience would like to join you in a business, how could you help us succeed? What would that roadmap look like so we could get to the finish line? Because my friends don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose time. They just want to be in profit and do something positive. How could we do that together? So you get to see it from their perspective, what they would do with us if we were a part of their teams. And I mean, some of these people are awesome, like Jeff Mills, James Holmes, Craig Caron, Dr. Stan Harris, Michelle Grigsby, who may even be on the call today, Angel Lee, Jeff Stephen, Greg Gomez, Richard Stevenson, Rex Harris, Darren Little, Evan Klassen. You want to tap into those that are doing interviews that have very large groups and very large influence. That's where the money's at. Okay, so we got some incredible things happening here in a really big way, and really every single one of us, myself included, because believe me, when I'm doing these interviews with these people, I'm taking notes. Why do you think millionaires read Forbes magazine? So they know what their competition's doing. So they know what people in their circle of influence are doing on a daily basis. Why do you think people read the Wall Street Journal? To stay informed. So when we realized we had this product down pat and that we pulled off a major coup unlike anything any other company's done, we had to put a compensation plan to this. We wanted to see you all financially taken care of. So strategically, when you're thinking about bringing the masses in, do you want a high-end ticket or do you want a low-end ticket? So we kept that same formula in play. So from the second month on here at the Legends Network, we kept it affordable for every man, woman, child, single parent on welfare, college, university student, and third world country. We never wanted the third world countries to be left out of this because there's great marketers in third world countries and they too have a right to make money. So we set the price at $24.95 a month from the second month on. And that's going to be your lifetime residual income. I mean, what a great novelty tool. It's just like getting a newspaper. You wake up in the morning. Now you wake up in the morning, you go to your computer, and you can go listen to a new interview. We put 4 to 5 in every day, and it kind of inspires you and gets you motivated on your day, and it helps you to understand how the big boys and big girls communicate, how they deliver messages, how they posture. It allows you to become more in tune with having intelligent conversations in this industry. So for $24.95 a month, it's kind of like subscribing to your local newspaper where they deliver it to your front door. But with us, it's delivered to your back office. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. That keeps you up to speed with what's going on in the industry. Now, ready for this? The first month we had to change the price. It wasn't $24.95. The first month we realized that many of you are professional marketers, and many of you would like to make money, and many of you are not going to do this unless you're not making money. So we strategically had to come up with the perfect number on the front end as well too, to create that healthy balance, to create a perfect synergy. And I think we pulled it off. So for $129.95, one-time, lifetime out of pocket, that covers your first month. But at the same time, it also generates a commission structure unlike anything you've ever seen before. There's only 2 companies in the world using what I'm going to show you right now. This is a pretty miraculous compensation plan, and I bet everybody wished they had this when they first got started. I wish this comp plan existed 36 years ago when I got started. Life would have been so much easier, and there wouldn't be so many people failing in network marketing. Check out the dynamics in this comp plan. Now, the first thing I want to say to you before I get into all of the comp plan, 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to show you how to have your $129.95 back in less than 1 hour. The next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to get involved in this at $129.95 and never have to take the money out of your pocket if you have this one incredible tool that will actually help you do that. Okay? So I'll cover those 2 very important pieces to the puzzle in a few short minutes. Let me show you the dynamics here, okay? Okay, so let me take my good friend Ari in Israel. Okay, I see Ari in the webinar room right now from the beautiful Holy Lands. Ari, let's say that you invited me to this call today, and let's say that I'm not the charismatic madman doing the presentation, but you invited me here to this call today. If I were to hear a call like this at the level of intelligence that I'm vibrating at right now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, trust me, but my personality and who I am and what I feel I want to represent in the game of life to people, I would come into this at $129.95. Because it's the right thing to do. Why wouldn't I want to subscribe to industry leaders in my industry that I participate in every day? There would be no psychological logic for me not to do it outside of being selfish and self-centered, thinking I know it all. You want to know what's happening in your industry, and you want to know what the leaders are doing. Who wouldn't want to know that? So I come in at $129.95, one time out of pocket, right, on the first month. Or you're going to make a $50 fast start bonus. So Ari makes $50 on the fast start bonus in less than 23 minutes I've been talking. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. But Ari has a second person on the call, okay? Ari brought Chris to the call. So Chris comes in at $129.95 because he loves this type of information. He loves this concept. He sees this as being a beautiful generic tool that can enhance our industry and the people of our industry. So are you making another $50 in 24 minutes being on this call, so you're up $100? Now, Ari, you start a third sale, and that third sale happens to be Bob Love. Okay? So Bob Love comes in here at $129.95 because Bob knows it's the right decision to make. Or you make a $50 fast start bonus plus you get a $30 coded bonus on top of it. So let's just check it out. In about 24 minutes of speech here, Ari's made 50 and 50 and 80, $180. What was this cost to come in? $129.95. Ari's made $50 in 24 minutes. Didn't say a word. Just invited 3 people to the call that caught the vision, saw the light, and made the right decision, got involved. But you know what? There may have been a possibility, I don't know if it's true or not, but there may have been a possibility that Ari could have been connected to a credit card. He could have had a credit card, paid his way in on the credit card, not taking any money out of his pocket, knowing that he's going to have 28 days of leveraging power. He's already up $180, right? What happens if Ari goes out and makes $800, $900 in the next 28 days? $2,400 in the next 28 days. How's Ari going to pay back the credit card? Out of pocket? No, out of profit. So in essence, really, what did it cost Ari to get involved in this? Nothing out of his pocket. All out of the credit card. It's kind of like borrowing. Hey, honey, can I borrow $10 off you? I'll pay you back at the end of the month. Oh, okay. And you turn that $10 into $100. All of a sudden, you pay that $10 back, and it costs you nothing. You're up $90. It's called leveraging. Okay? So if you take a look at the first sale, 50, second sale, 50, third sale, 80. And from the third sale on to infinity on the horizontal pay line, every sale is now worth $80. So $80 to infinity. That's pretty exciting. For those of you that are out there and you're seeing this webinar and maybe you feel that you've got a polished, seasoned skill as an online internet marketer, you've got a list, you've got a following, what would hurt you from putting a bunch of people in an industry-leading online audio magazine? What if you did that? Well, if you put 1,000 people in, you make $80,000 your first week, your first month, your first 90 days, whatever it is you do. And the beautiful thing is it's paid weekly. We pay you weekly here, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay? So now, when you take a look at that structure, you're probably looking at the two red people in the webinar room, the $50 sales. You're saying, Val? And I say, yeah. Where's the $30 coded bonus on those two sales? Great question. You know where it is? It's there. You just don't see it. It literally got passed up to Ari's sponsor, to the next person above Ari. Okay? It's called a pass-up. We don't pass up sales here. In regular two-up programs, you put your worst people in. Here you put your best two in, and you'll see why very shortly, okay? So the $30 code passes up. Now, let me show you how that's instrumental in lighting the fuse that creates the nitrous oxide that creates Too Fast, Too Furious here, okay? See the third sale there? The third sale that Ari brought in? Bob Love, right? That's the first $80 sale. That's the third sale. What happens if Bob brings in his two underneath him now? Bob gets the 50 and 50. What if those two bring in their two? They get the 50s and 50s. What if those two bring in their two? 50s and 50s. That whole line will be 50s and 50s. But where is the invisible $30 coded bonus? Ta-da! It goes all the way up to Ari. All those $30 that you see there, they go to Ari because everyone's making 50s on their first two. The 30s have to go to somebody, and Ari's the only one to get it. So think about this. If each distributor sponsors their first two in 7 days, you would earn over $30,000 in just 9 weeks. And that's the way it works. So what does that mean to me? If I were listening to what I just said there, what does that mean to me as a person listening? I wouldn't sit here and wait around for somebody else to do anything for me. My main objective, what I'd be planting in my subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind loves you more than anything in the world. It gives you everything and anything you ask for in the game of life, the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, guess what happens? I would be focusing on getting two. Who get two? Who get two? Get two. You want to focus on getting your two. And I'm going to show you that in the next page here in a few seconds. So if there were 400 people underneath Bob Love there, one sec, Blair. If there's 400 people under Bob Love there, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have 400 people times $30. That's going to give Ari in the beautiful Holy Lands $12,000. Isn't that cool? But then what happens if Ari's fourth sale, fifth sale there start to manifest an organization underneath them and they start building down as well? Ari may have 2,000 people in this team after 5-6 months. Maybe less, maybe more. But if Ari had 2,000 people come in through that organization, any of those people, in a sum total of 2,000 people, Ari'd put $60,000 in his pocket. 2,000 people in a regular biz op, maybe $800, maybe 52, maybe 6,200, and that's stretching it. Here, 60 grand. Big difference than your typical MLM. So I showed you $80 to infinity. I showed you $30 to infinity. Now, the second month, and by the way, that's paid weekly. Just like Blair was showing there, it's paid weekly every Friday. The money goes in your back office, and then you take it to wherever you want. Taco Bell, or Taco Bell. I don't know. Whatever you want. It's all yours. So let's take a look at what happens in the second month on. From the second month on, I told you it was $24.95 a month. But from the second month on, we are now entered into a 2x15 forced matrix. And the forced matrix all starts with you, and then it starts with 2. Now, there's something that I want to show you here. And I think the Hitman's going to be pretty proud of me for showing you this. It starts with you, and then you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, goes all the way down 15 levels. Now, before I show you what the 15 levels would be worth, we've literally had a couple people here that somehow did well, and they still haven't brought in their first 2 people. Joel will tell you this. We have one lady that's got 468 people underneath her, and she hasn't even brought one person in yet. That tells you a little bit about their work ethic. All right? But what I wanted to tell you is this. Some of you are going to look at these matrices and you're going to say, well, let's build a power leg or let's stack it. Probably not the best thing to do if you really want to be smart about it. And I'm just telling you this. When I take a look at the diagram that's before me in that webinar room right now, I see you. And then what I would want to do, and what I think every single one of you should do, and this is what I do when I look at a matrix, I look at those first three levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. I always want to make sure those levels are full. I want the 1 line full, I want the 2 line full, I want the 3 line full. And I take on that responsibility, kind of like taking out the garbage, making sure the house is tidy, making sure there's gas in the car, making sure my kids are fed. I take on that same responsibility with my business. My business means I have to make sure those 3 levels look exactly the way it does there. There can never be an opening. So I'm saying that to help you understand that if you want to fill this matrix in, complete a 2x15 matrix and potentially earn $1 million, which I haven't talked to you about yet, you want to be doing what I'm doing. Making sure your level 1 is full, your level 2 is full, your level 3 is full. Everybody needs to focus on your first 3 levels. And if everybody makes a commitment to saying there is no way on God's earth I can leave one opening gap in that 1, 2, 3 structure, your matrix is going to explode. We're professionals. We start building professionally. All right? And get everybody to look at where they are in that structure, and every human being, every one of their responsibilities is to make sure those 3 levels are constantly full. There is never a spot missing. It's like spilling milk on the floor. You don't leave it there. You clean it up. No spots allowed. And watch what happens to your income. It'll make a big difference in your paycheck. So now, $64,000 in that 2x15 matrix, potentially speaking, would be your income should it ever happen to max out. And everybody does what I just said there. That's what's going to max the matrix out if you just listen to me. If you don't listen to me, you're not going to have that type of money coming in. I promise you. Now, we have a couple really cool features to this matrix. Feature number 1, we have a 100% matching bonus. A 100% matching bonus. You can earn up to a 100% check match on all your personally sponsored distributors. What that means is this. Let's say Ari sponsored me and I made $2,200. Ari makes an extra $2,200 in the last day of May on his check. Ari sponsors Joel Shapiro. Ari gets another $6,300 because like Joel would go out there and probably do $6,300 anyhow real quick in that matrix. And then Ari sponsors Betty. Guess what? Betty goes out and makes $4,700. Ari gets another $4,700 added to the check. So whoever you sponsor, whatever they make in the matrix, that's when duplication kicks in. You literally get a duplicate of their income added to your check. But outside of that, duplication doesn't work, in my opinion. So we showed you the $64,000 to potentially a 15-level matrix. We showed you 100% matching bonus. Now another feature is the space shuttle technology we use called re-entry. You'll see the space shuttle coming back to Earth. It's penetrating the atmosphere. It's heating up. That's called re-entry. Well, every time you sponsor two here, you earn a new profit center. As a matter of fact, you can earn unlimited profit centers with this matrix. Let me show you how that works. You always keep your top position because that's the one you paid for and you're paying monthly for it. But when Ari sponsors Val and Joel, and Val and Joel sponsor our 2 each, Ari now gets a free position in the matrix, fully covered, does not have to pay $24 a month, does not have to pay the $129. Don't worry about it, fully covered. It goes back into the matrix down below, creating more momentum, more stability, more fire underneath your downline because they get to see you in their downline now. And the beautiful thing is you now get to build another 2x15 matrix out from that position, and you get to double your commissions. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. So it's giving you another 15 levels of pay, and you're doubling your commissions. Now, you can do that as many times as you want. We got the hitman here on the call right now, and he did his first 5 re-entries in 37 days. Nobody has yet broken that record. 37 days, 5 re-entries. So he would have 5 re-entries plus his top position, and I believe Joel now has 6 re-entries as well, if I have that correct. So something magical is happening here. And by the way, if you happen to sponsor somebody that has you know, more than one entry, like let's say whoever sponsored Joel, and Joel's got 5 positions here, they get the 100% matching bonus on all 5 of Joel's positions, by the way. You know, I think we've taken a very generous philanthropic approach to paying out 80% in this pay plan here, number 1, and then giving you free positions, number 2, where you don't have to repay for them again, and giving you the opportunity to make money in these matching bonuses. We're doing everything we can to make life easier for marketers that just don't normally stand a chance with online marketing. You know, companies and products aren't going to be enough. There has to be something mathematically that works for you, the distributors, and that's just the way it has to be. Okay? Okay. So now, let me do a recap really quick. The recap is this. I just showed you $80 to infinity for every original sale that you make. And as those $80 sales manifest and germinate an organization underneath them, you get $30 to infinity. And then we go into the second month. In the second month, you've got a 2x15 matrix that pays out $64,000 a month. The other beautiful feature about that matrix is it pays the 100% matching bonus on all your personally sponsored distributors. And the other beautiful thing about the matrix is we give you the opportunity to develop more depth in the matrix by creating re-entries. So you could literally be getting paid 60, 70, 82, 300, 400 levels deep on all those re-entry systems. I think that's pretty generous for a company to take a look at and do that. Other compensation plans don't do that. When we started looking at the generosity and what we're doing in this compensation plan, and we realized there wasn't another compensation plan out there except for one more, we said, what can we name this? It can't be a unilevel. It can't be a binary. It can't be a stair-step breakaway. It can't be a straight line downline. It can't be a cycler program because we pay out a lot more than all of those. So we decided to call it the Katy Perry Fireworks Compensation Plan. So baby, here's your fireworks. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. So that's what we got going here. We've exploded the monetary side of this so it prospers everybody, not just 1 or 2 leaders at the top, but everybody now has an equal level playing field to make money, and I thank God for that every day. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you one more dynamic in this compensation plan. I've been saving this for last. This is going to blow your mind. What I'm going to show you right now leaves no room for someone to say, well, my plate's too full. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in hanging out with the superstars in the industry. I'm not interested in developing my skills to a higher level. I'm really happy at the vibration level I'm vibrating at right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, right. Okay, so this is why everyone's going to say yes. This one feature alone is the holy grail of holy grails in compensation, and I'll prove that to you right now. So I got this guy. He comes to me in Facebook, and he reaches out to me, and he says, hey, Val. And I said, hey, yeah. He says, you're a heavy hitter in the industry. He says, why don't you tell me if there's a compensation plan out there in the industry where I could literally become financially independent if I only ever sponsored one person and never did anything ever again? I said, okay, I'll tell you. The answer is no. Doesn't exist. That was the end of the conversation. But 3 Thursdays ago, I went back to that person, and I apologized, and I said, you know what? I was telling you the truth at the time, but if you'd asked me that question today, I'm not telling you the truth. The answer is now yes. People, check this out. This is why nobody in their right flippin' mind can say no to this. If somebody tells you that they're on the internet to make money, why are you in business? I want to make money. And then they see what I'm going to show you right now and they say they're not interested, they're not a player. They're not even a wannabe. All right? And I'm just being honest with you. This is what we've all dreamed of. This is what I was waiting for 36 years. You ready for this? So let me pick here. Who do we got? I'm going to use Doreen. All right? So I'll take you, Doreen. You ready for this? Let's say Doreen invites me to this call. I listen in. And I get back to her and I say, Doreen, yeah, I was on the call. Sounded pretty good. Saw Katy Perry and all that really cool stuff. But I don't know if I can do this right now because I got so much on my plate. You know, I'm moving in a different direction. My plate's full. I'm kind of busy. I don't know if I have a lot of interest right now. Doreen says, Val? I say, yeah. She says, you got to come into this. You can't let this one slip between your fingers. Number one, you don't have to do any presentations. All you have to do is send traffic to the call 4 times a day or whenever you want, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, and cash in. That's all you have to do. So I think about what you just said. I said, yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Maybe I can send some traffic here. I'm pretty good at generating traffic. I'll tell you what, Doreen, I'll take a position in here. I'll lock up a spot. It's the early stages right now, so I'll take some prime real estate, jump in here, and I'll take it for a test drive. Worst case scenario is I'll at least break even. I won't lose anything. So I send some traffic to the call because I told Doreen I would. Doreen makes $50, by the way, when I come in. I send some traffic to the call, and I get this guy by the name of Joel Shapiro out there. He comes in off Facebook. I don't even know who he is, hypothetically speaking. He phones me, and I say hello. He says, is Val there? And I said, speaking. Val, this is Joel Shapiro, man, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett. I love that program, man. I was just on that call. That webinar was amazing. Oh, by the way, the Miami Heat won last night. It's 3-2. But, hey, give me the link to your site. It's amazing. That's Joel. We love Joel. Why? Because Joel is everything. He's bigger than those fireworks. With Joel, you get the best sales pitch. With Joel, you get the best ESPN updates. With Joel, you will always know the Miami Heat will always be the champions because that's just what Joel says. We believe in Joel. You know, I think in America they say, in God we trust. Well, I trust in Joel. Okay? So anyhow, keeping that in mind, Joel comes in and I make $50. Pretty cool. So I got $50 back. But now watch what happens. You all don't know who Joel is yet, but you'll probably get to know Joel pretty quick because this guy is a machine. He's the best that I've ever seen do what he does. And he's not duplicatable, by the way. So Joel goes out there and he makes his first sale. He makes $50 and I, as sponsor, make nothing. Joel goes out there and makes his second sale. He makes $50. I, as sponsor, make nothing. But then, oh my God, you know what happens? The floodgates break open. Parting of the Red Sea. Check this out. You ready for this? Joel goes out and he hammers his list. He does what he does best on Facebook, and look out. People aren't going to know what hit him. Joel goes out and he puts 200 people in the deal in 45 days. And that's probably not much for him to do that. 200 people in the deal in 45 days. Does anyone know what 200 times $80 is? It's $16,000. Now, to the $16,000, 10,000 of it came from the $50 Fast Start bonus. And then you have the $30 coded, 6,000 of it came from the $30 coded, totaling 16 grand. Now remember me? I didn't even want to do this deal. I didn't want to come in. I was too busy. My plate was full, yada, 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 yada. I wasn't thinking straight. But all of a sudden, Doreen keeps me in the game. And all because I just brought Joel in, I made $6,000. How did I make the 6 grand? Because I get a 100% matching bonus on all the $30 codes that Joel makes. Every time Joel makes a $30 coded bonus, I make a $30 coded bonus. Isn't that amazing? So Joel got 6,000 $30 codes, so I get 6,000 $30 codes. But that's not what I wanted to tell you. It gets way better than that. Check this out. Those 200 people that Joel puts in the deal, they start to germinate. They start to come out of the cocoon and they expand and spread their wings and they fly. And what happens is they start developing an organization underneath them. After 5.5, 6 months in the deal, Joel's got like 9,000 people on his team. Does anyone know what 9,000 times $30 in coded bonus is? It's $270,000, a little over $250,000 that Joel would have made. Now remember me, I didn't want anything to do with this deal. If Doreen just said to me, oh, okay, that's okay, well, get back to me in 8 months when, you know, you're not so busy and you don't have all those wonderful things on your plate. When you stop being a junkie out there, feel free to get back to me, okay? She could have said that to me. But no, Doreen got me in the game because she didn't give up on me. She didn't let me go. She was tenacious and told me, dude, all you need to do is send traffic to the call. A 2-year-old child can do that. I just made $270,000. Thank you, Doreen, but Joel, thank you 3 times. Because Joel got a $30 code, I get 100% match on that $30 code. If Joel makes $270, I make $270. So a guy says to me, he says, Val, yeah, I heard you doing the Legends Network. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Well, how you doing in it? I'm doing really well. How many people you got on your team? 1. Guy starts laughing at me. He thinks I'm being an idiot. He said, how many people you sponsor? 1. How many you got on your team? 1. And he's still laughing at me. He says, dude, why don't you come with me? come join me in my new health and nutritional company. We're in pre-launch. I say, no, I can't. He says, why not? Because I just made $270,000. He's going to think I'm totally whacked. He's going to say, Val, yeah, what's your address? Why? I'm going to send over an ambulance. That's not true. Oh, yes, it is. How do you want me to send it to you? Through automation, or do you want to witness it live? Get on the call. I'll show you. You get a 100% matching bonus on your first 2 sales. And I only did Joel. I didn't even do the second sale yet. And by doing the second sale, people, I also get the matrix money. And then I get the 100% match on my second sale. But if Joel goes on to make $1.8 million on those $30 codes after 3-4 years, I make $1.8 million. Show me that in another compensation plan. You show me that in another compensation plan, I'll send an ambulance over to your house too. Because I know somebody's sending one over to my house. I want us to be the same. It's called duplication. An ambulance for you, an ambulance for me. Why? Because the compensation plan pays out too much money. And people aren't going to believe it. Oh, that's not true. That comp plan doesn't do that. Oh, yeah? You want to make a bet? You want to see it live, or you want to see it in automation? You want to have your own back office and see what it looks like on Fridays? Or you want to have your own back office and see it empty on your 15th of every month? Our company pays more than yours. I only got one person on my team. I made $270. La 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 la. Kind of reminds me of that Eddie Murphy show. What did you say? I got an ice cream. Delirious. I don't want you to watch that video, by the way. But anyhow, so that's what I was thinking about. This is amazing. This is amazing. I love this compensation plan. And Bob Peterson and the Bremners were smart enough to put it together. I just added the $100 fast start on it. So we got some great things happening here. And great job, guys, gals. What we just showed you there is something that every marketer claims to want. And then I bet you when you stick it in their face, I bet you some of them are going to be too afraid to run with it. We'll soon find out. But I know Joel and I know everyone on this webinar room is not too afraid to run with it. This is exciting. The other really cool thing that we're doing is we're giving away $200,000 cars. Why? Just because we're different. We're the Legends Network. I don't want to put you in a car lease program. Then you'll hate me. Car lease programs are the worst things going in the industry. Luxury car lease programs, terrible. Well, did you qualify for the car? Yeah, I got a new car. No, you didn't. You got a new credit rating. You're stuck with the lease, buddy. Company goes out of business. You are up the creek. No, we just give you $200,000 cars. Let your team grow and manifest to 50,000 people. You got yourself a $200,000 car fully paid for. And it doesn't come out of the compensation plan. Sorry about that, like other companies do. It comes out of the company profit. Separate yourself from the masses. Get a flagship automobile today. The other really cool thing we're doing is we're giving away $1 million. $1 million. Giving away $1 million. The first summit director that is smart enough to recognize what I showed you back in the matrix earlier of making sure your first levels are full and their first levels are full and everyone's first 3 levels are full, keep focusing on that. You will fill up the 2x15 matrix in no time. And you will be the first potentially to pick up $1 million. Now, other companies have tried to do this, but they failed. Why? Because they don't give you the $1 million for 36 months or 48 months. And then what some of them do is they kick their leaders out of the company first before they have to pay them the money. They use the leaders first to build them up, create the momentum, create the, the big hyped out atmosphere, and then all of a sudden they find compliance issues against them and get rid of them so they don't have to pay. There's a sucker born every day. We don't do that. We pay you the $1 million. It's yours. You don't have to wait 36 months or 36 weeks or 36 days, whatever they do. I don't know. It's your money. The other thing, I just want to make this perfectly clear. We don't care how many business opportunities you're doing. If you're doing 75 business opportunities, we don't care. We're not going to kick you out of the company like the Gestapo companies do because you're doing 3 or 4 or 5 different companies. The only thing that's not going to sit well with us is if people come in here and start recruiting people that they did not put in this business. If cross-recruiting goes on here, that's immediate termination. Immediate. There's nothing to talk about. If the evidence is there, there's nothing to talk about. The bottom line is people are busting their butts to build a life and income for themselves, to build the success team, and we don't need any parasites to come in here and try to take away from that. And I'm just being honest. I will call it a parasite. But the really cool thing about that is if we notice that there's parasites in this industry, the mother company that owns the Legends Network is a health and nutritional company, and they have something called nano silver. 24 parts per million or something like that, and it kills germs. So we got some great things happening here. Just stay focused on what you need to do. Focus on your team. Leave other people's teams alone. Respect the order of how things happen here, and we'll be more than happy to watch you make as much money as you want. And I'm just being straight up. I'm not going to come into this call and lie to you. I just want to let you know in advance how we operate. We love everybody, and we're philanthropic, and we'll do everything we can to help you succeed. All we ask in return is that you respect other people's businesses at the same time too. And I think that's only fair. So I'm in love. I'm in love with the legendsnetwork.com. I think this is an incredible gift to the industry. I think it's an incredible gift to each and every single one of us. And I think if we all believe that, it's our duty to get out there and share the message and let people know that there's a safe sanctuary that they can literally come and play and have a great time, meet a lot of great people, and learn a lot of great information from superior marketers. The other beautiful thing is, although it's an audio online magazine, because of my connections to those that I've interviewed, I'm able to bring them to live webinars too. So you'll see in the future, we will have some of those people that I interviewed literally here live in a webinar room, and they'll be talking and teaching at the same time too. So I don't know, what more can you ask for? All the superstars under one umbrella? Is that worth $24.95 a month? The answer's got to be yes. Let's get started today. Okay, so I think what Blair's going to do right now, honestly, I think he's going to play a video for us, a testimonial video.
Hi everybody, it's Michelle Grigsby. I'm from Kansas City. I am so excited to bring you this testimonial about the Legends Network. And the reason why is I just finished looking at my back office. I thought I'd been on board for 2 months. Guys, it's only been 30 days. I've only been in the Legends Network for a month, and I have never experienced this much growth in my life. My team is exploding, and I have learned so much thanks to Val Smith and the amazing interviews that he has done with these entrepreneurs. I mean, guys, what I've been able to do is literally tap into the minds of top entrepreneurs in the industry. I've been able to learn about their journey, where they came from, where they went, where they're going, tips, tricks, strategies that they're using, methods that they're using to have success. And the best part of all, I'm able to get some counsel from them and learn from their wisdom, things that they've learned. And it's really interesting. A lot of them have kind of a common denominator of counsel that they're giving. And I have to tell you, I've gotten so many ideas that I've actually started to utilize already, which is why my team is growing almost every single day. And guys, I also have to tell you that the team that I'm on is amazing. We're like a great big family, but we also provide daily trainings for our team members, and we are providing pure value to our prospects. And as a result, like I said, our team is exploding. And what I love about this more than anything else, guys, is I'm able to see my team members becoming leaders. It is so satisfying, and I have to tell you, the comp plan is really good too. So I'm just so grateful for the fact that I have jumped on board with the Legends Network. I'm so grateful that I planted my flag here, and I don't know, I just can't imagine where my life would be if I had not done this. So I'm grateful for everybody and everything that I've learned, and I just want to share that with you. If you're thinking about joining the Legends Network, jump on board. I promise you won't be sorry. Ciao.